Welcome to a message of gratitude. Since I'm waiting for my food, I decided just to share a message. And so, I'm going to talk about a movie that I actually like because of the message that the movie promotes. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware, but Tyler Perry's Temptation, that movie, I love the movie for the lesson in it. And if you didn't see the movie, I'll fill you in. Excuse me. So you have this young lady, Judith. And Judith is married to her childhood sweetheart. You know, they live together. They moved to a new city. And so, long story short, she works at some matchmaking company and she meets a gentleman. Right? She meets this guy. And, you know, he sparked some, I guess, curiosity within her. Now she's married to her husband. You know, they live a simple life. And so this man, he comes into her life and he literally highlights all of the things that she's lacking or what she thinks she lacks. And so as the story continues, you know, she goes out with this man, and her husband was the only man that she's ever been that way intimate with. And that's the only experience she had. Now, if that's all you know, it could be whatever you want it to be because you don't have anything to compare it to. But this man comes into her life and he piques her curiosity. And so, long story short, she interacts with this man. He takes on this extravagant trip. And guess what? She breaks the covenant that she had with her husband and gives herself or shares herself with this man that she's not married to. And lo and behold, she's lying now. She's becoming somebody different. And she gets with this man, and her mom comes, and her mother's trying to tell her, listen, you better watch out for that man in the shiny car, the nice car. You know, he could be a devil. You know, you don't know this person, but don't fall victim. So she didn't listen to her mom. And so, long story shorter, we'll just go through it. She leaves her husband, and she goes to live with the man. And so the man, he gets her to change. And so she's doing drugs, they partying, she's what else? He beats her and all of these things. So her husband finds out and then he goes to save her. Long story short, you gotta watch the movie because I'm not gonna tell it all. But the purpose of me sharing was how you can have a stable person that actually loves you, actually respects you. And yeah, stability may seem boring, but you can do what you need to do to bring that spark back into your relationship. And you don't have to go outside of that. But since she chose to go outside of that, the second she gave herself to that man, she literally diminished her self-worth because she started doing more and more things, taking out more and more pieces of herself and her foundation for the lust. Because this man had money and he presented very charming. He presented himself to be everything that she thought she wanted. Ooh, look at the sweat on my face. Hot flash. Woo. So, what she didn't realize at the time was that she had the stability, the safety of the covenant she built with her husband. That was her 80%, right? And he was her 20%. And what was it 20% of? Abuse, with drugs, disrespecting her, causing her all type of grief, just very negative. So the point for me in watching that movie, and it's one of the movies that I really love. Oh, and at the end of the day, he gave her an STD that wouldn't go away. And she loses her husband, ultimately. And then he moves on and he gets his family and has a kid and lives another life with another woman. Sometimes God tests you. And he'll give you exactly what you need. But then the devil comes and he'll present something that you think you want, something that is better. And at the end of the day, she had a very loving husband who was a good provider, very respectful, very wholesome. And then she threw all of that away for a man in a fast car that ended up beating her, disrespecting her, just doing all type of awful shit because she didn't understand what she had. She didn't appreciate it, because if she appreciated it, it would have never happened. So the point in life is sometimes before you react, just take a second to pause. And what she should have did was pray about it and say, you know what, God, this is what's happening to me and I don't know what to do. Give me the strength to fight this temptation. Because she had what she needed. Because sometimes the things we want ain't good for us. And that was the lesson. So I hope you guys watch the movie. Write in the comments if you want. Say what you think. But at the end of the day, sometimes you have to know that the devil doesn't want you to be happy. And it's just that simple. So you got to protect your peace. Stay prayed up. Walk in righteousness. Be the best person that you can be. And always be true to yourself. And that's what happened. She wasn't true to herself. Because she was a good person. She was a faithful wife. Until she met somebody that brought her out of her character. So be mindful of the people that you surround yourself with. And I just thank God, because this is a message of gratitude, and I'm JoJo Dennis. So I thank God for the gift of discernment and to know what feels good and what is good. And if you don't know, then you ask, you pray to God, whoever, creator, whatever your higher power is, you ask for direction and clarity. But always, always, always be true to yourself, to who you are. Gratitude.